Ruby turned and looked at him, her eyebrows raised in excitement, her beautiful green eyes flashing with a quest for adventure. George groaned inwardly. Here we go again, he thought. 5 years ago, it was the Appalachian Trail. 2 years ago, it was the Camino de Santiago. She dreamed, she read, she watched videos. Of course, it didn't happen. It never did. Time didn't allow such dalliances. At least this time, it didn't involve walking hundreds, perhaps thousands of miles. He smiled brightly at her and made a non-committal guttural noise. Ruby sighed. She knew that sound. That was George's way of humoring her without starting an argument. She knew he would never go for her idea. Sure, he would placate her, maybe even go to an RV show with her to feed her dream. But deep inside, he would hope for her to move on to the next idea, the next imagined adventure. If he waited long enough, she would. He thought it was because she eventually lost interest in the idea. The truth was, she just gave up. She knew when things were hopeless. She had learned that during her early years, those tender, formative years of childhood. That part of her was bottled up tightly, never to see the light of day. George just figured she was flighty, moving from one set of dreams to another. What he didn't know was she figured out a long time ago when to cut her losses. Ruby chewed her pen some more and added to the list. Assateague Island, Mount Washington, Newfound Gap, Canyon of the Ancients. All the places she had dreamed of seeing or had read about when she was a kid, using her imagination to escape the special kind of horror that only she knew. George understood when he had to make an accommodating move. He put down his newspaper and peered over his cheaters. So, what's on your list? Different kinds of travel trailer things? He asked, trying hard to feign interest. He knew better, though. She knew him inside and out. There was no fooling her. Okay, seriously. I could think about it. What, you want to be like those people we saw on the TV the other night? The ones who sold everything and lived in their motorhome? No. Ruby laughed at the thought of George leaving his beloved chair and giant TV to travel in a house on wheels. I couldn't torture you that much. I was thinking more like traveling a few weeks at a time, seeing the country, and then coming home so you could, decompress or something. She smiled, encouraging him to warm to the idea. But there are so many places I want to see. I mean, I love the vacations we've taken. The Caribbean cruise was very nice. And DC in the spring, with all those cherry blossoms, were beautiful. But traveling the open road, going wherever we want, whenever we want, would be amazing. With that, Ruby scribbled 2 more places on her mint green index card. Juneau, Alaska, and Banff, Canada. I think that sounds interesting, dear, said George with as much enthusiasm as he could muster. You work on your ideas and let me know what you think. I'm going to take a shower and turn in early. It was a hard day at the office today, and I'm feeling tired. George rose and tenderly kissed his wife of 24 years on the top of the head. Her hair was silky and warm. We've